Today we're here to talk about the 2014 Audi A6 TDI, which really completes the A6 family. We have the base A6, which is available in a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine or a 3-liter. You have the S6, which is the performance model, which has a 4-liter V8. And then we have this vehicle, which is the mileage king, the A6 TDI. And this may be my favorite of all. Sure, high performance is great with the S6, but are you going to get to use it? This vehicle, with its amazing fuel economy, almost 40 miles to the gallon for a vehicle of this size that weighs 4,200 pounds, is very impressive. And a lot of things impress me about this car. Now, this is the Sporty TDI. That's because it has the S-line. You get the sport suspension. You get the larger wheels, Sporty wheels. You also get the 3-spoke Sporty steering wheels. So you have some design cues, plus, of course, the large TDI badging, which I love. You know, people who drive hybrids or clean diesel technology, they want to let the world know, I'm being clean, but I also know I'm at the cutting edge of technology. And I think that's what this car really projects out to anybody who drives by it. And once you get behind the wheel, you realize that there is no compromise on speed. The top speed on this car is 130 miles an hour, 0 to 60, as we mentioned, 5.5 seconds. But you get paddle shifters, you get quattro, you get great handling, the sport suspension. When you put it all together, it's really the no compromise vehicle. You get the fuel economy and you get the sportiness. Under the hood of the A6 TDI is a 3.0 liter V6 engine that is direct injected and turbocharged. It produces 240 horsepower and 428 pound-feet of torque. Now, what's impressive about those numbers is that you get that peak torque available at 1,750 RPMs, the peak horsepower at 3,500 RPMs. That's the advantage of the direct injected and the diesel technology working together. And when you add the quattro, you can start to see why this is the quickest car off the line, 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds of all its competitors. But today we're driving the A6 TDI, and this actually ends a full week of evaluation. We put about 450 miles on our test vehicle and enjoyed every minute of it. I've actually driven all 3 major competitors, which include the Mercedes-Benz E250, the BMW 535 diesel, and we're going to add the Lexus GS 450h hybrid. Even though it's not a diesel, it is same segment and actually gets some of the best fuel economy in the segment. So I'll tell you the 3 things I like about this car. One is that it's kind of a wolf in sheep's clothing. People think diesel, slow, dirty, whatever. You will not be disappointed if you buy this car for fuel economy, and you're going to quickly realize the benefits on the performance side as well. That's certainly one thing I love about this car. Just it's a true driver's car. Next is just the overall looks. I think Audi has some of the best interior and exterior designs. They're very sporty, very well balanced, and the design philosophy carries throughout all their models. And last but not least is just the interior cabin. Let's face it, this is where you spend most of your time. Everything from the pop-up screen, the 8-inch navigation screen, which is extremely high definition. You've got this ash wood, which is just splendid. I haven't seen too many car companies utilize this kind of dark ash wood, but I love it. I think it adds a lot to the ambiance of the vehicle. The gauges are bold and vivid. You always know exactly what's going on with the vehicle. You have a lot of customization. The steering controls are exactly where they should be, and very intuitive. A lot of different menu options. These diesels are designed for the way we drive here in the U.S. And what I mean by that is that, you know, we're a 0 to 60 type of society because we have crappy speed limits, 65. In fact, there's a police officer right here. If you needed a sedan that can fit 5 comfortably and has a cruising range of 600 to 700 miles, this is your car. Now, let's talk a little bit about the competitors, and I'll quote a few numbers. The main competitors I mentioned are the BMW 535 diesel, the Mercedes E250 diesel, and the Lexus GS 450 hybrid. This vehicle has a starting price of $57,500, but that includes quattro. The BMW has a starting price of $56,600, but you're going to have to spend another couple of $1,000s to get the xDrive. The E250 diesel also has optional all-wheel drive. It has a starting price of $51,400. However, it's a 4-cylinder diesel. And the GS450H Hybrid from Lexus has a starting price of $60,430, but that is not available in all-wheel drive. Average fuel economy, 29 for the Audi and the BMW, 36 for the Mercedes, and 31 for the Lexus. So these are kind of the heavier, bigger vehicles, but they also have the most power. 0 to 60, 5.5 for the Audi, 5.8 for the BMW, 5.6 for the Lexus, and 7.9 for the Mercedes. Again, that's a 4-cylinder. The horsepower and torque numbers, we have 240, 428 for the Audi, 255, 413 for the BMW, 195, 369 for the Mercedes, and 338. We're not able to get the torque numbers because of the hybrid technology in the Lexus. Transmission, you have an 8-speed for the BMW and Audi, 7-speed for the Mercedes, and the CVT for the Lexus. That's just how they do their technology. What I did is take a bird's eye view of the competitors and what would I buy. It really depends what I was after. If I was after fuel economy, I would get the Mercedes. 36 combined, kind of hard to beat. I'd get the Lexus second, and then there's a tie for third with the BMW and the Audi. As far as the driver's car, again, I would put the BMW and the Audi for a tie for first, the Mercedes second, and the GS third. Performance, I would go with the A6 first, GS second, BMW third, and Mercedes fourth. And price point, if you're just looking for a vehicle in this size segment and you're all about cost, it goes Mercedes first, Audi second. Even though BMW is lower, it doesn't include all-wheel drive. BMW third, and Lexus fourth. So again, it really just depends on what you're looking for. What's nice is that you have options. You have 4 very viable, very defensible vehicles that you could purchase, and you would have no problem justifying it to your friends or anyone. Not that you have to, but if you wanted to, you could.